Hey, 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 y'all. So we are painting today. We are going to be painting a back to school design. I had not planned to paint back to school this early, but Raylan is going to need one. So I let her pick. So I had released a few back to school designs today, actually. My Apple Pen's on putting it up so I don't lose it. We actually had a few back to school designs released today. And I was like, you know what? Braylon doesn't have one, and she starts kindergarten this year. She's gonna need one. So I figured, why not paint it? Since I'm gonna have to paint one for her, why not paint it with my friends? So how are you doing today? How are y'all hanging in there? It's summer. It's the middle of summer. I think we're gonna make it, y'all. I think it's gonna be okay. I don't know. It was kind of touch and go this past week with our favorite little princess over here. So how are y'all doing? Okay, so one, I can't see the comments. Let me see if I can find that. There we go. Hey, Lori. So Lori actually is the one that kind of encouraged me to go live today. We were talking about it, and she was like, "Are you going live today?" And I was like, "I was thinking about it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it." Kind of feel bad that I missed yesterday. I'm just pulling some paint since I wasn't planning on this today. I'm a little discombobulated. I don't have the proper blue for the mock-up, but that's going to be okay. I think we can make it. I think we're going to make it. All right, so I'm going to take my mock-up over here, and I'm going to pin it over here so I can see it. Oh, you know what I don't have? Yes, I do. I'm lying. I have it stored away. It's back here. I was going to say, I don't have chalkboard paint, but yes, I do. Don't let me lie. I do have some chalkboard paint. This one is going to require a little bit of chalkboard paint, but if I don't have it, no biggie. We can always add it later. Dollar Tree has little 2-ounce bottles of chalkboard paint. That's not it, but I mean, it's the same size. And it will get the job done. Let me tell you something. When you're making signs with chalkboard paint, especially if you're selling them, they need to be ghosted. And I know I use the word ghosted so interchangeably with so many different things. But they need to be ghosted, which means you need to take a piece of white chalk and run it over the chalkboard paint, and then take a napkin and buff it into the chalkboard paint after it's been completely dry, right? After it's been completely dry, do that, like take a piece of chalk sideways, lay it flat, and like rub it over the chalkboard paint, and then take a piece of paper towel and buff it into it, and then wipe it away, and that's primed. It's called ghosted. I'm going to go ahead and start my peppermint because I can already feel a coughing fit. That's ghosted. And that keeps, if you ever bought a brand new chalkboard and then you used it with a piece of chalk, and then all of a sudden when you wiped it away, you can still see the lines from where you used the chalk the first time. It's because the chalkboard was not primed. Did you have a great family day? Lori, I did. We had a great weekend. It was really, really, really good. We spent a lot of time with family. We spent a lot of time with friends and with church, and like it was just good. It was just good. Okay, so I'm gonna take, while we're chatting, I'm just gonna start base coating. I think I'm gonna use lemon yellow on our yellow one. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do no, y'all. I'm just gonna, y'all know I tell y'all not to do that, right? Oop, and look at me, I got it on my table. So I think I'm gonna use lemon yellow. I may, I don't know if, you know what, I'm being a little meh. I should have only done this part in the lemon yellow because that's the darker yellow. I'm going to use Sunny Day here, or I'm going to ghost out this lemon yellow, which would probably be the smarter thing to do. It's a boy! Oh, Brenda, I'm so excited. Sorry, that was the first time I looked up and it was like instant. I saw it. It's a boy. That is, how perfect could that be? So my friend Mandy has a little bubba girl named Elijah, and we call her AJ. And Mandy is pregnant, and Elijah is a girl, and now they're going to have a boy. How perfect. I bet Daddy is excited. Have a little boy. Although he was pretty excited over little Elijah. All right, so I am just putting on a first coat. We all know this yellow is going to need, it's not our favorite sunny day or banana cream. We all know it's going to take a little bit of, hey, Sherry, little bit of finagling over here to build it up. But we're just going to put down a nice little base coat. Doodle doo doo. Doodle doo. Doodle doo. Doodle doo. Doodle doodle. Hey Terry. Hey Debbie. I just cut the composition pattern out to paint. I love these. Oh, I'm so excited. So, okay. Let me tell you about the composition notebook. The composition notebook one, you can paint it however you want because it's just like in the template itself. It's just the frame. There's no pattern in it. You can put whatever pattern you want in it. You can do cheetah print in the school colors. You can do polka dots. You can do stripes. You can make it as fancy or as simple as you want. The reason I mocked it up with the composition notebook, because I felt like we needed to have one, like a more mature one for the older kids. You know, like I know I have a soon-to-be high schooler. I'm going to want him to take a picture with his first day of 9th grade. But obviously probably not with, although I am that mom. If I ask him, he'll do it. He'll do it. Like if I ask him, like, hey, hold up the crayons. Let's do it. It's Mom, but he'll do it. He'll do it. All right, so next color is our orange. I pulled out Warm Sunset. We're going to pull out some white or some light buttermilk to ghost it up because it's kind of burnt. It's kind of burnt. Actually, yeah, Warm Sunset might be good. Hold on. We'll ghost it out for the wrapper. Let me get my towel. Can you tell I'm not prepared today, that I was not planning on painting? It was just a whim. Today is just what I just hated that I missed painting with y'all yesterday. What wood do you use? Red ply? Lori, sometimes I do use red ply. Sometimes I use the Home Depot underlayment, 1/4 inch underlayment. I think they call it tri-ply. Okay, so I'm just going to base coat this whole little section. I don't even know if I'm doing this right. I'm not. Hold on. That's too far down. Okay. Let's see. It's just here, and it is. I feel like that's just too high. It's not. It's just my mock-ups are really small. There's just not a whole lot of like regular orange on here. How did I manage that? Most of it's the lighter color orange. So each crayon gets about 3 different shades of its color. So apparently with this apple covering the orange crayon, there's not a whole lot of straight from the bottle orange that's going to be showing. Okay. While that's drying, let's go ahead and paint our straight from the bottle green, and then we'll come back and do our ghosty colors. That way we're not using the blow dryer a whole lot today. We all are excited. I'm telling you, okay, so every baby is a blessing. It doesn't matter what order they come in. It doesn't matter if you're a family full of boys, a family full of girls, if you're a mixed family of both. I get excited when a mama has one of each. Like me, like I always thought I was going to be a boy mom. Like with Hayden, I thought he was going to be the only kid I was ever going to have. And, was happy about it. Was fine with it. Let me correct myself. Came to peace with it. I really wanted a house full of kids. But, then, sweet baby Ray surprised us. And I really, really, really deep down wanted a girl, but I'm one of those. It's called the rule of Erika in the house. If Erika is excited about it, it's probably going to come with hiccups. So it's a running joke in my house. Like if I'm excited about it, it's probably going to have so many speed bumps in the process. So I like subconsciously tried to tell myself I'm not excited. Not that I wasn't excited to be pregnant. I want another boy. I kept trying to tell myself I want another boy. Honestly, didn't care if it was a boy or girl, but deep down, I wanted a girl just so I could have one of both, right? Just so I could experience each world, especially with them having such a huge age gap. They're almost a solid 10 years apart. They're like 9.5 or 9 3/4 apart. So I'm excited for her. I get excited when I know that a mom's going to be able to experience both. Although all my friends, except for one, all my friends have all boys. Braylon, well, two, except for two friends. All my friends have all boys, except for my friend Megan, who has a house of both. You know, she has 2 boys, 2 girls, and then my friend Amber, who has 1 girl. So that's always fun. I mean, obviously, I have a bigger circle than that, but like the ones that the kids that my especially Ray play with, they're all boys. So whenever Ray gets together with friends, it's usually rough and tumble kind of play because she's playing with all boys. What size did you cut this? Okay, at 22 inches wide. Okay, so in the template, the apples are inside the frame so that when you size them, no matter if you're resizing the JPEG for a printable template, or if you're sizing the JPEG for an SVG, because they're inside, and as long as you select everything, they are going to size proportionately, okay? But I made mine 22 inches wide. And look at this. Even my face. And I made Raylan hold it. I was like, before I paint this, let me just test drive this. This is 22 inches wide. Okay. This is blue. This is where I may paint this blue one all by itself because it makes me nervous because I don't have a blue for it and I don't want too dark of a blue. And I'm going to have to go every single shade. So y'all just hang with me when it comes to this blue. I may just paint this whole blue one by itself. So let's paint everything else. When I go to do stripes and everything, we'll get caught up. But all right, for this yellow, let's go back. Stay where you belong. Go back. All right. Move my cup. All right, so let's paint the yellow one. Give it a second coat. And honestly, we're just going to give it a second coat on the places where it is straight from the bottle yellow. Because we're going to use a different yellow on... I should have done a white base coat under this. And not because it's not bright. It's because it is transparent. That's okay, though. Okay. We'll make it work. Yeah, I get most of my wood at Home Depot. I used to go to Lowe's all the time and get my wood. I'll tell you why I stopped. They upset me. I'm not even gonna lie, they upset me. My family has worked for Lowe's. God, my entire adult life. You know, my baby brother had worked for Lowe's for years and years and years. Has gone up and down the ladder. You know, he's been a manager. He's been back to stock. There have been times where it is sad when a manager says, just put me back at stock. Like, it was bad. And then my sister-in-law, actually, she still works for them. But, I don't know. They're not a bad company. Honestly, they're not a bad company. I'm not talking about Lowe's in general. I'm talking about my local stores. I mean, I still shop there if I have to, but I prefer to go to Home Depot just because I get better service there. Not even gonna lie. I get way better service there. Okay. Remember, this is the spot where there's hardly anything to paint. Just a little bit of orange. Just peekabooing through. Okay. That's how Becca is. Out of her 14 cousins, 2 are girls and only 1 is her age. Aww. Yeah, our cousins are like spread from, okay, so my youngest first cousin. So my generation, my youngest first cousin is my son's age. So I'm just gonna blow dry this just for good measure. I have 2 boys and 2 girls, and Lori, you have twins. So that's it. Like, I get excited when I hear about twins too. Like, there's something about twins. So I'm like, oh, I don't know what that's like. That must be extra exciting. I would not want to carry twins. I don't know. I love being pregnant though. Graham and I play around all the time about a 3rd baby. I was like, look, our kids are already spaced out. It's not like that's a foreign thing to us. So I'm gonna paint my yellow. I'm gonna rotate it this way to where I'm painting this section, and you can see it. Actually, you know what? Let's go full screen. That might help. There we go. Hey, Becca. Good morning, Erika. Hope you had a great weekend. Not long now till you get to see the perfect storm again. Get to see the perfect. I'm so excited. Look, I even plan to clean my paint cup too. I even plan to clean it, like get all of that off of it. Where is it? I even plan to clean it. It's gonna come in its best state. Yep, those are your apples. Move my water so she doesn't knock them over.
Hey, you're doing well with mine.
Mm-hmm. Are you excited about your sign?
I took over my apples.
All right, so we're gonna take our lemon yellow. Oh, look at this! It's perfect for my little tray over here. All right, so I'm gonna take my lemon yellow. I'm gonna ghost it out just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna take. This is warm white. It honestly doesn't matter which white. My grandma had 19 kids. 3 sets of twins. Oh, 3 sets of twins.
Mama.
What, baby? You have your own tray.
Mama. But it's dry paint.
Okay, well, you need to get more paint. All right, I need more white than that. That needs to be ghosted out a good bit. So we're really looking for. There we go. There we go. And if I have to, I will be adding some shading here just to create some dimension because some of these colors are going to be super similar.
I never tried this paint before, but it's so cool.
So cool. Oh, yeah, no, you're not playing with that. Baby, I just put all these paints up. This is why I don't let you pick out your own paints because you don't put the paint bottles back up. I had to go hunting them down.
I will put them.
You will?
Yep.
Famous last words. I'll wash my brushes and I'll pick up my paints. All right, here we go. So let me go back to reading back this. I mean, that's a lot of twins in one family.
Yeah.
My mama was the youngest, and she was a twin that passed away, and she passed at 19. I have a lot of cousins. So my grandmother, okay, so on one side, on my dad's side, he had 4, he was one of 4, right? And we have a massive family on that side. Well, Raylene, baby, that's not how we get paint out. What is dropping?
I think it was I don't know what.
I didn't get a straight answer out of that, but that's okay.
Kelsey, I need this beautiful orange.
You need scarlet. You need this beautiful orange.
Yeah, it's kind of not beautiful, but it's nice. So painted. I'll paint.
Oh, that is bright. Eye-searingly bright. Okay, here we go.
Get back to painting.
Okay, so yeah, get back to painting. Alright, like get back to painting.
Get back to painting.
Yes, ma'am. Aye, Captain. All right. So on Mama's side, a lot of y'all know who Mama is. That's my dad's mom. Mama had 4 children, and out of the 4 children, I mean, we just have a massive amount of cousins, right?
You mean 3?
And then my mom only has 1 brother. So, but her dad had 15 brothers and sisters, and he was the middle child of the middle set, and they were all born in like sets of 5. It was the funniest thing. If you look at their little family tree, it was like perfect sets of 5, all single bursts. And
Mommy, you brought the blue.
I got this blue.
No, I got that blue. You got my blue.
And I don't know much about that side of the family. We don't talk to that side of the family at all. And it's not because it's because my grandparents, long story short, ran away from home. And we're just respecting that decision that they made for us.
I can mix.
Because the little bit that we do know,
I can mix it.
There were some bad things, and so we don't know much about that. We know about them, but we just don't have. I don't have very much interaction with them.
Mommy, look.
I know, baby. There you go. That's good enough, baby. We will get it all off whenever we get done painting. Okay. We just need to make sure it doesn't get on your dress. Okay, so there's one coat on the wrapper. So the way that we're painting this is it's straight from the bottle or the darkest shade on the actual crayon itself. We got a few shades lighter for the wrapper. And then for any, like if you want to do polka dots, if you want to do stripes, if you want to do like a stencil, you go a couple shades lighter of the straight from the bottle color with that, okay? Same with our Lowe's and Home Depot. Home Depot is so much friendly. I'm telling you. Ooh, look at your apple. Okay, so let's paint our orange. Let's flip our sun around so you can see it. So now we're going to paint our orange. So we have our warm sunset, which is one of my, it's honestly probably my favorite orange. You can ghost it out to almost a creamsicle color, and it's real pretty.
I need white.
Okay. Of course you do.
Thank you, my mom, Wallace.
You're welcome, my Raylan Wallace.
I'm not Raylan Wallace.
That's your name.
No, it's not. I'm Raylan Marie.
You are Raylan Marie.
Too?
Yeah, that's your whole name. Hold on.
How about we call you this Raylan?
There we go. Now it won't be squeaking. That squeak really gets to me.
How about we just call me Raylan Wallace?
That's up to you, baby. They're both your names.
No, they're not.
They're not?
No, they're not.
Oh, no. What did I do? How did I get green in there? Oh, because we painted green. I poured my orange right on top of my green. You finally found it. I'm telling you, they are the best thing since sliced bread in the painting world.
It is green, Mom. I think it.
I mean, look, I've been using this one for a long time.
I think it has to be green.
All right, I'm gonna have to re-pour my orange
I like
because
it better.
it is literally.
I like better when it's green.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't. Well, no. You're talking about that one.
Yeah. But I like the paper to be yellow.
There we go.
I want the paper on the green to be yellow.
That's not how we're gonna paint it, baby.
Aww.
I'm sorry.
Could we just paint this? We just paint the wrapper this green.
We'll see.
Okay, can I go wash my elbow now?
You sure can.
Whoa! Don't fall, please.
So.
Don't fall, my dearie.
So I don't think we have twins in our family at all, to be honest. I don't think there are any twins on either side. And if there are, they're not from my genetics. I don't think there are any twins that I share. Oh, I can't say that either because biologically I would. That come from my side. They obviously probably got the twin aspect from their other parent's side. Gosh, we just got into biology there. We're supposed to be on summer vacation. I need to stop. Woo! My granny passed away. We counted all of the kids and grandkids. The count was 97. That is with her 5 kids and grandkids and great-grandkids and great-great-great-great. That is with no spouses. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so look at me. I keep trying to pick up the green. So my mama, she that is one of her favorite things to do, is to kind of do a roll call. I don't think she would admit this, but she loves knowing how many grandkids she has and just knowing how big her family has grown. I'm not being super precise here. Look at this. You know, want to know why? Because I know it's for me. So I'm not being super precise. Hey, Deidre. I'm being kind of sloppy with it. I need to stop it. I need to do a good job. This thing is supposed to last 12 years. Okay. So there's our orange. Oops, I just shook the whole table. Now let's paint our lighter shade of green. So we're using leaf green. So we're going to take our green and ghost it out about 2 or 3 shades lighter. Bless you. Welcome. Hey, hey, hey. How are you doing? So we're just painting back to school design, not because it released this week, although it did release this week. It got released today. So if you're looking for the template.
Mommy, smell my arm.
Smell your arm. Ooh, you smell so good. Did you put my perfume on?
What? Yeah. It smells good.
It smells good.
Wait. It wasn't your shower making that smell. It was your perfume.
It was my perfume.
Yeah.
So I let her put perfume on yesterday. And now she knows where it's at. So that tells me I need to go move it.
Oh, Mommy.
Because my deodorant, my dry shampoo, my hairspray, none of it is safe. None of it.
Why?
Because you like to use it when you're not supposed to.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to ask you.
You did, didn't you?
Sorry. I didn't know that. There we go. My
Okay.
apple.
So for this design, if you're in Erika's template tribe, you got this design last week when it released, when the design on the first, whenever the first was. You got these designs last week. And I realized when I cut this one out today, there was not, I won't say a glitch with the JPEG. There was a little break in the JPEG. So when I converted my JPEG, I was having to do some rearranging and some correcting of the SVG, so that I just went back and I redid the JPEG and I re-uploaded it. So if you have already downloaded your Erika's template tribe files, you may want to go and re-download this, just the JPEG, just this JPEG. It is in your files. You'll always have it. Don't worry. You have the corrected one. Okay. But if you downloaded if you've already downloaded your files to your computer to back it up to your computer, you may want to go re-download this one and delete the old one. Only because that's if you use your JPEGs for converting to another digital format. If you're just making printable templates, it won't bother you.
Can we put it up? Can we put it on a hanger?
Absolutely, we can put it on a hanger. We put it over here it's still got a little bit more drying to do, okay?
Okay.
You've got another apple. Are you going to do your other apple?
How about we paint it together out here?
Oh, I have an apple. I have an apple just like that over here, just for me to paint.
Where?
Over here.
Oh. After you're done with that, after you're done with that, after you're done with this, after you're done with that. After you're done with painting. After you're done with painting, can you give me some
grilled cheese sandwiches?
Yeah, only one.
Just one? That's what she asked for lunch.
Actually two.
She had her first grilled cheese sandwich the other day, a couple weeks ago, and ever since that is all she's wanted was a grilled cheese sandwich, which makes me happy because this is an easy lunch, but she is fixated on a grilled cheese sandwich right now.
I love them.
I love them is what she said.
I love grilled cheese sandwiches now.
Oh, I'm doing just fine. Okay, wait. Hold on. I can't see your name. Is this Sheila? I swear, if StreamYard is keeping us apart, I'm gonna be upset. But I'm doing fine. We had a good holiday weekend. I am energized for this work week, although it's only a 4-day work week, remember, because we took yesterday off. That means I got some catching up to do, but that's okay. We're going to take a break and paint Miss Raylyn a sign. So, okay, let's go ahead and we're going to do a quick second coat on this green.
Mommy.
This is straight from the bottle,
Mama.
leaf green. What, baby?
I want a flower.
You want a flower?
On orange, on the yellow, and on the green, and on the orange, and everything. And Mommy, what color is gonna be? What's this color's gonna be? What's this color's gonna be?
This is gonna be blue, but I'm gonna have to mix the blue.
To dark blue.
To a lighter blue.
I like a dark blue.
I know. I just don't want the dark blue to be so dark that it looks weird with all my bright colors.
Oh, okay.
Although we could put, hold on, let me think. Now these are pretty primary colors. I kind of want to keep it in the primary color family. I was about to say I could put like a cerulean blue here.
How about you put dark blue on that side and light blue on that side?
You think I could do that?
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That is a good idea. You just have some really good ideas.
Thanks. I always get good ideas. But you could. Yesterday you didn't pick me up.
All right, there's Sheila. Sheila, your name is showing for me. Oh, it's Melissa. Melissa.
Who's Melissa?
It's my friend.
Hello there.
Hello there. It's my friend. Let's see. Let me look at my mock-up.
I know that's your friend.
Let's go ahead and work on our blue now that we've got everything kind of base coated. We can go ahead and start working on our blue. That way when we go to do our lightest shades with the painter's tape, we can do painter's tape all at once. And it gives this a little bit more time to dry. That way all we're really blow drying is this down here. So let me go ahead and move it to where you can see it. Okay, so the color I picked up is true blue. But I feel like it's going to be too dark. So I'm going to ghost it out just a little bit. Just a little bit. The color I wanted was ocean blue. And I think I have an extra ocean blue. If y'all could hang out for just a smidge of a second, I think I have all my extra paints behind me. I forgot about that. I put them behind me. I don't know if I have ocean blue back here, though. No. That doesn't have ocean blue. Ocean blue is going to be over here. I just bought it. Calypso blue. I'm gonna do one more little
I need red.
tussle in the bag.
I need orange red.
You need more orange and red.
No, I need orange red.
All right, here's the bag.
I want orange red.
All right, hold on, baby. Oh, she mixed. I don't know what she mixed in there. Actually, here's ocean blue. I know it looked different in this bowl. All right.
Mommy, you can do it.
This one was almost empty though, so I was like, oh, we're gonna have to mix it. Ocean blue. That's the color that we're using.
Okay, Mommy, now mix it together, make light blue and dark blue again. Okay?
Okay.
I promise to do dark blue on another side and light and dark blue
Oh yeah,
on another
that's gonna be
side.
so good. That's gonna be so good.
And people will see why you don't do
If anyone is interested in still attending, yes, there's some tickets available. There are some people coming to the retreat next weekend that aren't able to come, and they have some tickets available. Y'all see Sheila. She has all the info on everybody that is selling their tickets. I know Deidre is selling her ticket, and hers comes with a swag bag. And it's a simple little transfer. So all we have to do is transfer it over. see.
E-R.
I get to meet Lorelai at the. Okay. Lorelai is your daughter, right? You're bringing your daughter.
A princess in, yeah.
That was a question. I had a question mark behind it. I know it sounded like a statement. No, that was a question. Oh, yeah. This is the perfect blue. Okay, so
Mommy,
ocean blue.
I want the soap in here. I want that soap.
There's already soap in yours. I poured it in there before we started painting.
Can you smell it? Can I smell it?
It probably smells like paint since you've been painting.
Ew, I don't like that. Mom, is this the new one?
No, it's just dirty paint water. That's what dirty paint water smells like.
I think it's got fin.
I did not, baby. I don't know why I'm painting this whole thing. Look at me. Okay, so all I needed to paint was the actual crayon part, not the whole wrapper. But that's okay.
I don't understand.
That's okay. We can make this work. It won't hurt it to get a base coat. So I will be in Dallas for retreats. Sheila will be there. Deidre was supposed to be there, but she's moving. So now that she's not going to be able to attend it because she's got to pack and get things all moved and whatever. Although, Deidre, did you see that somebody from your area is coming? Y'all could have rode together. I'm just saying. Just saying. I just saw in the group where someone from your area just bought, I think, a ticket off of somebody else that was selling their ticket. Or their husband had just bought a ticket last minute. And they're coming from your area. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be a bad influence and say don't do what you need to do for your own personal responsibility. But I'm just saying. Y'all could carpool. Because I think she said she was driving by herself. So all I'm doing is I'm just base coating. Okay. This is a little awkward angle for me to paint because normally I'm used to painting closest to me. But because Raylan's over here, I'm trying to keep it at a good distance to where she doesn't bump it with her paintbrush. Hers is loaded with black.
I told you light blue on the other side.
Baby, it'll have light blue right here, okay? Promise. I just gotta get it to dry. I want to so bad just because I'm having FOMO of hanging with my friends. You should come. I'm just saying. You should come. There are tickets. There are tickets being sold, Marie. They're selling the tickets. People can't come. You should go buy Dietrich's ticket. It comes with a swag bag. And you can stay with us. Because I don't know if my sister's going to be able to stay. My sister is supposed to come with us. And I have a packed room with my sister. But if my sister ends up not coming, then there's a hotel room. Like, you're good. I'm just saying. But if you're waiting for September, I totally get that too. Because I'll be having like a little meet and greet style retreat in September. It won't be as organized as this one's a big one. This is a big one. The one I'm having will be meet and greet style where we will have a few organized projects each day, but it's not going to be packed out with projects. You can bring your own projects. You can have your project shipped here if you want to. You can order it from Home Creations and have it shipped to my house, and I'll bring it to the retreat with me. I mean, there's so many things that we could do for everybody to be able to come. But it's going to be meet and greet style. I've sat down. I decided that's what we're going to do. Okay, so our next step is let's go ahead and blow dry everything because this obviously is still really wet. You know what? We probably need to do our wrapper on that. So, yes, let's blow dry.
Like I would say.
Oh, it's so beautiful last day of school.
Oh.
Mine's going to be in September. Mine's going to be in September. Hey, Francis. I'm living and packing hell for 2 more weeks. I know. I saw in your post the other day or earlier today in Ashley's live where you were like, who thought it was a good idea to move in the middle of summer? I'm so sorry. I'm so excited for you, though. I'm really jealous because your house is way further than my build is. Mine's not even like foundation poured. Nothing. We're nowhere close to being close to that. I'll stow away in Roxana's bag and sleep on the couch. You will not have to sleep on the couch.
Show them my apple, Mom. Show them my apple.
Do we get discount at Home Creations for any of your designs? Rhonda, in the studio, as studio members, yes. Studio members get discounts on, they get 30% discounts on studio designs, and they get 15% discounts on all Erika's Template Tribe designs, which is all my public designs. That's just how, oh, there goes my ocean blue. All right, so let's flip this around. And then they also have it set up to where like they have like just like generic shapes like circles. So if you just need rounds, where'd that go? Please don't. Okay, that wasn't my, yes, it was. It was my big one. I may have to get Braylon to go get it. I think I have enough on my palette to ghost it out. I may have to I hate getting up in the middle of the live because I feel like it's such a distraction to everybody. See, my yellow still here, my orange still here, my green. Okay. The only thing that fell is my blue. So when Raylene gets back, I may ask her to dive in there for it. Okay. But yes, at Home Creation, if y'all didn't know this, all of my designs, if you're looking for the blanks, you can find them at Home Creations. And they release them out just like I release them out for Template to Wednesday. You can get them in any size from 4 inches to 24 inches. Most of them you can add rails to. Some of them have 3D options. But it will be so fun. Oh, no, it'll still be fun because we'll still have a few. I feel like we had so many projects that we were so geared towards painting that we didn't have enough quality time. Like you got to really get to know the people at your table, but I feel like the other people in the room, we had very limited time for getting to know the other people in the room. And honestly, isn't that why we go to retreats? We can sit and paint along a project together online, just like this, right? And be just as engaged with each other as we are in person. But when we get together like that in person, it's all about being in the room together. So I want to make sure my next retreat, it's all about being in the room. So yes, we will have some projects. We'll have some games that we'll play. It'll be a true retreat. As far as like, it's not going to be all learning based. And yes, it will still come with your digital swag bag like it did last year. So last year I did something really cool and I gave the digital swag bag. So if you came to the retreat, all the designs that we painted together, you went home with the digital versions of everything, just like you do with anything, just like you do in Studio or Erika's Template Tribe. You get all the versions of the designs. Well, you got to go home with them and be able to recreate what we made at the retreat whenever you wanted. Say you wanted, a lot of us were using them for, craft shows. That word was like escaping me. And I felt like I geared the designs towards being able to sell at craft shows, to have like really good high sellers at craft shows. And so I felt like, it would benefit everybody if they could go and cut these out at home. So I came up with the idea of the digital swag bag. Instead of having a swag bag of physical things, right? Physical things that you may or may not have a use for. A lot of swag bags have a lot of promotional things in there, which are fun. Some of them can be real useful. Sometimes there's like paint in your swag bag. Sometimes there's like jewelry. But we obviously all got together to paint, right? So I was like, wouldn't it be cool to have a digital swag bag of the things that we actually all have in common? Because not all of us wear jewelry. Not all of us wear nail polish. A lot of them have, I think every single swag bag that I've ever gone to or received that I've attended that was a women's conference has had color street nail strips in it. And my sister doesn't necessarily wear that kind of stuff. So I always got her. So I always got double. But it's just stuff like that. It's like the digital thing obviously benefits everybody at our particular retreat because that's what we got together for, was being able to craft and create together. Why not give you the file so you can recreate and relive some of the fun that we had at the retreat. That needs to be like orange. Hey Donna, I miss you too. Hey, look, you take care of Mama. You spend as many minutes as you can spend with her because they're precious. Speed dating after every project we have to move. That would be fun. That would definitely make sure that you got around in the room and got to be more than just that would be fun, Debbie. Don't put ideas in my head. We may need to play some games to get us to get up and move with each project. Okay, so so last year we did an ornament and it was a surprise. We all painted, the instructions were, you have so many ornaments in front of you. Paint them however you want, but you have to paint them all exactly the same. But you come up with the design. It does not matter if it looks beautiful to you or not. Like, whatever you paint is what you paint, but paint them all the same. And nobody, everybody was like, okay, I don't understand, but we'll do it. And at the end of the project, everybody got up and I said, now go gift. No. We gifted our ornaments to the people at our table. There were so many people at your table. And so we gifted our ornaments. So everybody went home with a handmade something from somebody else. And it's that kind of thing that needed to be dark orange. Yes, it did. Make sure that everything else is cohesive to the mock-up. No, Dana, I would never plan a retreat that you were not aware of. Not in a million years. I would never do that. Dana lives literally like 2 towns over. I would never do that. No. I'm just brainstorming it right now. Tentatively, it's in September, but I do have dates. I just have to call. Remember our friend Ryan from last year? I have to call Ryan and make sure that he has us officially, because I haven't signed a contract, which is funny, but I haven't signed a contract, so I don't want to release the dates till he has sent me my contract. Things have been really funny between Father's Day and 4th of July, all the holidays it's been weird. A scavenger hunt around the hotel would be fun. That would be fun, and Ryan would probably let us do it too. Okay, so if you didn't go to the retreat last year, Ryan was practically our cruise director. So he's the manager of the hotel, and he was just so much fun. He loved our group. It was a blast. We'll do the blue one last because it was painted last. Let's go ahead and start doing our not polka dots. Should we do polka dots or should we do stripes? The mock-up has stripes, but we could so do polka dots too. Oh, wait. Or should we do both? Tammy, it would be in Shreveport, Louisiana, which is northwest Louisiana. It's literally in the corner of Louisiana, Texas, and Arkansas. It's called the Arklatex for a reason. Where and when? So it will be in Shreveport, Louisiana in September. So y'all just mark your calendars. We're gonna do stripes on the orange and the blue, and we'll do polka dots on the. Should we do both? Okay, so yeah, everybody's saying both. Everybody should hang their own personal door hanger. That's what we decided last year. Remember, we were like, we should all hang. That could be our Thursday project. That could definitely, or Oh, Lori, you're so inspiring today. So inspiring. I've got an idea. Hold on. After I get this taped, y'all don't let me forget my idea. But I can't tell you what the idea is because it's a surprise. But y'all don't let me forget my idea. I gotta write it down. Hold on. I got Post-its. But I can't write it on camera. Hold on. Where's a pen? Where's a pen? Got a pen. I hate writing on Post-its like this. Retreat. I have to figure out what I'm going to. Y'all know me. I need a catchy name for everything. Hold on. I got it. I think. Oh, that was itchy. I think I put enough detail on this because I kind of like just shorthanded everything. I think I put enough detail in it so that I can remember. There we go. Thank y'all. Glad I can be of assistance. You have been of assistance all morning this morning. So, okay, so the composition notebook design, we designed, right? There's a hair that is loose and it is itching my arm. We designed it as a composition notebook. So let me tell you why I did a composition notebook if I haven't already mentioned it. I know I've mentioned it to Lori, but I know I've mentioned it in the live. I wanted you to see a back to school in a more mature way. And so since it's a plain frame, you could paint it however you want. What you could do is I redrew it as a pencil. So you could do the frame in a pencil-esque way or a crayon-esque way. Or you could even just do it in polka dots or stripes or whatever with the school colors. It does not have to be a composition notebook. But if you wanted to paint it as a composition notebook, I would do splatter paint in a very, very, very dark gray. And then come back in and what we take a plastic bag and kind of plastic bag it. We've done that in the studio plenty of times. So the studio girls know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm putting about twice as much orange paint on my palette. I mean, twice as much white paint. We want this to be really, really, really light compared to our last shade. So there's our last shade. I'm going to knock most of this off. And of course, there's green in it again because I poured it over the green. That's okay. Terry, I don't think it's going to be very expensive because I'm not going to be providing very many projects. I think we're going to do 2 or 3 projects. Yes, last year we did 9 projects. 9 projects. I promise you, it's not gonna. Let me promise you something. It's not gonna be $400. But you do have to take into consideration if you're flying. A lot of people for my retreat, they're local-ish. They came from Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. Some came from Tennessee. A few came from Alabama. Dot. Where did Dot come from? Dot came from the north. She was our furthest. Debbie, where are you from? Because you were the last person to sign up. Debbie literally signed up days before the retreat. Days before the retreat. And I'm trying to remember how far she ended up having to drive. I don't think she had to drive far. I think that's what convinced her to come. Yeah, let's do that. Fussy paint around this other crayon. There we go. Well, okay, that would be fantabulous, Tammy. That would actually be, honestly, that would be kind of cool. Pick everyone up along the way. Okay, so there's our first stripe. All right, so let's put our next stripe down. There's one blue. Wait, I need to flip this over. I think we're gonna do all stripes. I think we're gonna stay true to mock-up. I don't know. The more I think about it, I kind of want to see it come to life from mock-up to a finished project. If you're wondering how big I cut this out, it was 22 inches, and I had Raylyn hold it up, and I held it up, and it frames both of our faces. Obviously, more so hers than mine. But it's super cute. It turned out super duper cute. So as far as the retreat in September, I will let you know studio members get the first dibs on tickets, and there will be limited amount of tickets because it is a smaller space. And so and now that we don't have to social distance, it won't be so bad. But last year we had to social distance, and we had to space the tables out extra far apart, which wasn't so bad. But I feel like now we'll get a little bit more. I'm going to make sure the table's just a little bit closer, just a little bit, just so that we could not have to yell at each other from table to table, even though we'll probably do that anyways. Oh, Dot was in Colorado. Yeah, okay. I remember she was kind of far. And I want to say, did she fly? She flew. She flew because she was kind of far. Okay, so this is our ocean blue. That's the one that fell, dagnabbit. I don't know where it rolled to. Okay, I see it. Hold on. I know I'm going to need more. Hey, sweet girl. Oh, good no. What did I forget?
You forgot Mom, grilled cheese sandwich.
I told you I'd get your grilled cheese sandwich when I was done painting. I'm going to make it. I promise.
After you're done with that?
Mm-hmm. Same conversation we had earlier.
Oh, sorry. I didn't do that It was tape. I need it.
No, don't mess with my tape. I'm going to use that again.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just making a lighter shade than my wrapper color. I'm gonna, so I've used this one. Romo baby. Oh, UPS truck. I don't know if this is going to be light enough. Poor baby. He hates those really loud trucks that have like a real bass to their vroom. That kind of, he hates it. It really irritates him.
This is my ponyville. I am going to save it.
It's her little Ponyville, and she is going to save it. She's saving Ponyville, y'all.
No, I know. It's Celestia.
Oh, Princess Celestia is saving Ponyville, y'all.
Mom, I started talking about it. I started talking about Ponyville.
I don't know. I'm just so excited about Princess Celestia saving the day.
It's just pretending. She's just pretending. Okay, show yourself. Show yourself.
Let's just do a little peekaboo test. I think that's going to be good.
Oh,
yeah, that's going to be good.
You can't stop me. You can't catch it like a Kuma.
All right, let's do this one last.
This is my mother and her cutie mark. Father's papers, doodler, the blog princess.
There we go.
this will be slide. You can't say the name, but princess.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have a tractor now. She's too fast.
Now we can do our green.
Oh,
Oh, Sheila, y'all get purple. I'm just saying, it helps save expenses. Hold on 1 second. When I got up, my leggings rolled down. It really drives me crazy when my leggings like roll down when I sit down. It drives me crazy. Okay. We've got our green and our yellow. Wait, we said both. Didn't we say both? We said both. You know what? We're gonna do polka dots. We said both. We took a poll and we should do both. Okay. I feel like I should do bigger polka dots though.
Apple.
Let's do this. I'm gonna pull in.
I'm
I'm gonna pull in this just so, because this right here gets super messy if I try to do a polka dot on that. So let's do our green. Okay, so here's our green. Just a good little bit. Here's our white. I'll put them side by side. And I mix them in both. Okay. And I work it in. And I pick up the color that I feel like it needs more. I don't like solid color polka dots. I feel like they need to have a little bit of dimension. Let's see. These are going to be cool looking.
Oh, no, there's not. There's three of you. Oh, no, there's not. We are the Gardens. The friendship.
Okay, I got a little bit there. There we go. There's our green ones. And then I'm going to take the same polka dot dauber because it's double-sided. I'm going to take my yellow. Honestly, I'm going to take my white first, only because we need it to be really ghosted out. We need it to be super, super light. So we're going to take our white and load up our sponge in our white. And take just a little bit of yellow so that we don't get too crazy with it. Go. And that's perfect. We're going to flip this around so you can see it. This is a big one. I'm not going to lie. This one's, I feel like we should just do straight white, honestly. Just with just a little bit of yellow ghosted in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm just going to put white on top of all of that. And just hope that it picks up just a little bit of yellow on the very edge right there. See? There's just a little bit of yellow right here. There, yeah, much better. There we go. I think that's. Grab your hooves and give a little shake. I know, but I was finishing it with them. I was so excited for them that they got to sing the Sunshine Ladybug song. All right, so we are done with the painter's tape. We're going to go ahead and get rid of it. Okay, we're going to let this dry. So let's put this off to the side. Let's bring in our apples because it's time to paint our apples. Now I went ahead and painted 3 apples. Now later on, I'll go ahead and paint this apple. But Raylan's going to start elementary school. Like she's starting kindergarten. So I needed an apple that didn't have the word grade on it. Although I could have painted the word grade and just left it like put K5 grade. No big deal. But we don't call it K5 here. We call it kindergarten. And so I was like, I kind of want it to say kindergarten. I'm just funny. So I cut out an extra apple to be able to put on top of this and then use the grades whenever it's time for grades. Because I have a 9th grader and a kindergartner. So I am going to have to paint that one and put 9th grade for my big one. That's what I call him, the big one. For the big one. But for her, she needs her own apple this year. She'll need her own apple this year. It doesn't say grade. Just because my brain is like, that don't make sense. But that's just me. I know not everybody is funny and OCD with words like that, like I am. All right, so I'm just base coating this in red. It's going to need a second coat. I'm using Santa Red.
Mom, I think you got it wrong. I think you got my picture wrong.
Oh, I could have. Tammy, that would have been cute. I could have done reverse colors.
Look, the stripes can't be in the blue. Look.
Baby, and the stripes are in the blue.
Oh, but
Let me do my. Hey! Quit backseat driving over there.
But you didn't paint the apple. You didn't paint.
I know. I'm gonna get to the apple. I'm painting these so they can dry, so I can go back and paint that one too. There's a lot of moving parts to this one. She knows this is for her, so she is being very bossy about it. You should have, when we were talking about it, when I asked her, which one do you like better? Because I showed her the 2 that we released today. She didn't quite understand the composition one because she's not old enough to know what a composition notebook is. So she was like, that's not school. And it took me a minute. Oh, it's because she doesn't know what. So when we go school supply shopping, I'm going to have to point that out to her because I love a good composition notebook. I love school supplies in general. Where did you get the apples? They're part of the template. Tammy. So that, okay, on the template, if you buy the template or the JPEG, okay, you get the frame and the apples. You get the first day and last day apple with it. Now, this apple is stationary. I went ahead and cut out an extra apple of this. So that doesn't come as a 3D piece. But the template and the JPEG have the apples separated so that you can cut them out as separate pieces and they can be interchangeable. That way you can use the same frame for first day of or last day of whatever particular grade that we're celebrating that year, right? And you can also use it for, we're going to do chalkboard on here so that you can use it for multiple children. If you have to say, I was a family of 5, you know, there are, you know, and obviously all of us in different grades. So it's versatile. But I went ahead and cut out a 3rd apple. So that doesn't come with the template. But the first day of apple and the last day of apple come with the template. Okay, so there's our base coats for the red. And we're going to let that dry because it needs a second one. I did not need to. Here, we're going to put my painter's tape here so it can rise this up. So I have a little drying rack underneath. It's getting messy over here. Y'all, if y'all wonder how I paint by myself, this is it. This is my process. It's not as pretty as when we paint together. I get resourceful. Okay, I'm going to have to put, let's go ahead and finish this coat up, but we're going to have to put an undercoat on this one. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think, no, you know what? I'm taking that back. I'm taking it back. I think we're going to be able to make it work. Okay. Sorry, I got super quiet because I'm making sure I'm having to fussy paint this apple on here. Oh, I got a question the other day and I thought I'd answer it. Okay, so someone asked me, what do you mean when you say messy paint? You referenced messy paint. What does that mean? That is just a made up term that I have dreamed up in my head. That means I have multiple, and we're about to messy paint, so you'll see it in real life, okay? It is something that I do that gives you some dimension, but it's very whimsical. It's not precise. It's not shading. You have multiple shades of paint on your brush, and you make them kind of play together, not blend together at the same time. You make them play together on your wood, right? Each color has its own little showcase. They're not completely blended into a whole new shade. Say we have red and white. I have a little bit of red, a little bit of white, but they're all working together to create a beautiful piece. And after the second coat, we will be a bit messy painting on these apples. These apples are definitely going to be getting a good dose of messy paint. So traditionally you would call it double loading, but double loading your brush is a very precise process, and it's for a particular purpose. My messy painting is not as precise as double loading. We are literally just dip, 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 and let's go. And it could be more than double paint. It could be 2 or 3 shades of paint. It could be up to 4 shades of paint. It just depends on how much you want going on, how much movement you want going on. So here's our second shade of red. Oh, this one actually ended up picking up a little orange, so. So whenever I paint something, sit down to paint, there's many times I go, okay, am I going to sit and shade and highlight individually, or am I going to do some messy painting to get that shade and highlight in there? Messy painting is a lot faster. It's a lot more forgiving. It's got a lot of movement in it, okay? So we're moving on to the second coat of this one. I won't have to be as precise with this second coat because I was really precise with the first one. I'm not having to go all the way to the edge with each stroke. I'm just doing this for better coverage. What link can I get the template and membership? Okay, so for the template and membership. For this template, after I'm live, I'll come in and I'll add the link to the template, the JPEG, the wooden blank over at Home Creations. I'll link all that. I'll put a big post of the paint colors, all of that. Like I do almost like a recipe card, right? And then for the membership, we have 2 memberships. We have the Paint Studio, which is a teaching membership. We do a lot of learning new paint techniques each month. And the way we do that is we have a door hanger, a garland, and a porch leaner attachment every month. I'm really excited about their bonus, and there's always bonuses. I'm really excited about their bonus this month because they were really excited about their actual door hanger. So I have a feeling the bonus is going to be well received, and that's all I'm going to say. Don't even try me, Terry. I know you're going to try. I'm going to keep a secret. But gosh, I got sidetracked. I'm so sorry. I got really excited about our bonus. We need all this completely dry because we want our next coat to be an additional coat on top of this red. And the only way that's going to happen is if this coat is completely dry, because wet paint moves wet paint. And if you go in with another coat of paint and it wasn't completely dry, you're going to get really frustrated because all of a sudden you're going to start pulling up this paint right here. So the Paint Studio is a monthly membership where we paint a different design every month, and each design, and it comes in a 3-piece set: a door hanger, a garland, and a porch leaner attachment, or an interchangeable door hanger attachment, however you want to use it. Some people use them as shelf sitters like this, so they come in about that size. And we have a particular paint technique, brand new paint technique in mind every month, and we practice it over and over on those pieces. That's $15 a month. And then we have Erika's Template Tribe, which is all the designs that you see for Template to Wednesday. Those designs are released to Erika's Simplet Tribe members on the 1st or 2nd of every month. Just depends on how fast I get them out. The 1st or 2nd of every month, you get them in one big email, everything that's going to release that month. You get to see them before anybody else sees them, and you get all of them. You get the template, the JPEG, and the PNG all in one big file. What day is my birthday? Well, Terry, my birthday is July 20th. I mean, it should be on everybody's calendar because I feel like they made it a federal thing a couple of years ago. I mean, we chatted about it. I don't know if it actually made it to the federal calendar, but you know. Love bossy 4 or 5-year-olds. Well, Tammy, I got the perfect one for you. And she comes with beautiful hair. Joking. We wouldn't give her up for the world. Sass and all. We love her to pieces. To pieces. And she tears us to pieces sometimes. Hey, Miss Pam. Miss Pam says, hello, Raylyn. She's so into Ponyville. She goes, hello. She's so into Ponyville back there. Okay. So let's paint these apples. Let's get our messy painting on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Santa red. Now, y'all remember, I loved me, was it tomato red that they discontinued? I love me some tomato red. This is actually my favorite red. Tomato red was just a little bit deeper. This is my favorite primary red. They have primary red, and it's a good red, but Santa red does not disappoint. It's a good red. It's got good viscosity, which means thickness, coverage, all that. We're going to take a little bit of red and just a little bit of white, okay? We're going to take our flat brush. Messy painting is done best with a flat brush, unless you're painting a leaf, and that's done best with an angle brush. So we're going to take a flat brush. Oh, Raylyn, no. See, you're getting into stuff that you're not supposed to be getting into. You need to go this way. Thank you. So what we're going to do is we're going to load our brush up with just red, okay? And then put just a little bit of white. Just a little bit of white. So we have complete red on our brush. I dipped it in red. And then I've dipped just one spot of white. And then I'm going to paint in the shape. Okay, this is going to take some skill now. I got to.
The green needs to be on a leaf. And what color the stem needs to be?
Brown.
Brown. But
so I'm doing this in layers. Brown. It's kind of like mowing the lawn. It's kind of like mowing. Ray, I am trying to speak and you're talking over me, baby. This is like mowing the lawn. You're going to overlap each layer with just a little bit of your brush. And you're just going to bring it in.
Go down.
Yes, please.
I need to brush my mommy's hair.
Please don't brush my hair.
I need to. Your hair looks
you can.
tangly.
It is tangly because I just got out of the shower.
No, it is really tangly.
I know it is, Raylyn, but you're gonna hurt me. Let me brush my hair first, and then I'll let you finish brushing it for me. How about that?
Oh, that won't be a problem.
That'll be awesome. Thank you.
No, it won't be awesome.
Okay, so there's our first apple. See how there's just now that wasn't true messy painting. Usually with my messy painting, you would see a little bit of white. Raylyn, baby, you're leaning into me, and that hurt. That hurt just a little bit. Can you go play? Ray. All right, no grilled cheese. Make you a plate full of vegetables and like just plain food. No grilled cheese.
No.
No.
I'm sorry, Mama.
That's what I thought. Okay.
I'm sleepy.
All right, well, go lay down. Baby, I'm painting and you're moving my arm. So there's our first one. So let me show you true. That's one way you can paint your apple. Let me show you. Now I want to make an apple and crayon garland. Well, I'm just saying. Pause for a beat. Pause a beat. You might want to wait. You might want to wait on that. So we're going to We're just, same situation. I had red on my brush, and I'm painting in the shape of the apple, okay? We want to get a good red base coat on the apple. We want to work wet on wet. So we're doing a full, let me show you the easiest way to do this. Okay, so we've got a full coat of Santa red, and we're going to work fast, okay? So this works best on smaller pieces. We're going to put Santa red on our brush. We're going to work with a dirty brush, just means our base coat color is what's on our brush. We did not wash it, right? We're going to pick up a little bit of our accent color, which is the white. And now we're just going to start blending it in. I like to keep the white on, especially on like something like an apple, a tomato, something roundish like this. All this is doing is adding a little bit of highlight without having to buff it on like we normally do. And the trick is to do it in the shape of whatever. So since this is an apple, it's got that very apple-y shape. And it's just like mowing the lawn. You want to overlap your last row and then come in and very lightly clean it up just a little bit. You don't want to completely blend things in together. You want each color to have its own little showcase. There's our next apple. And that's messy painting. You can do it as loose or as blended as you want it to be. We're going to redo this one. What happened? Okay, hold on. Give me just 1 second. Okay. Sorry. We had to get her set up with a TV show. She's trying her hardest. So what I did was I just took my Santa red and I put down a nice solid base coat. Okay. Putting a little bit of red and white on my brush. And I'm just going to paint in the shape of this apple, using the shape of the outer portion as kind of my guide. I'm just flipping my brush over every time I go side to side. And I'm going to take my brush and clean up anything that looks a little too harsh. And like I said, we don't want this to be, and if there's a spot that we don't like, we can always, as long as it's wet, we can always go back over it. If it's getting too muddy and you're like, I don't like it at all, let it dry. Let it dry, start over. Like, I don't feel like there's enough white on this side. So we're going to, while everything's still wet. And yes, you can use your blending gels. And yes, you can, I wouldn't necessarily use floating medium for this. You want something that stays wetter longer. Blending gel would probably be your friend on this one. So there's our second apple. See, they're similar, but not identical. Like I said, we were going to repaint this one. I was super distracted with this one. So we're just laying down a nice wet coat. That's all this is serving. It's just not necessarily building up coverage. It's just it's just wet, putting a wet coat. Since I can't ask for a hint, I'll have to push an empty bucket at Hobby Lobby again. No, you won't. It won't require a Hobby Lobby trip. You have everything you possibly need. You have everything you possibly need, and that's all I'm going to say. I promise you, there has never been a bonus more suitable and more, oh gosh, I don't want to say economic. This bonus came to me so naturally. I was so excited whenever I designed this month. Okay, so if y'all want to know what this month's studio design is, it's a scarecrow. Cutest little scarecrow you've ever seen in your life. Oh my gosh. And he is And I say that because I'm a happy, proud scarecrow mama who designed him all by her little lonesome self. He is precious. I'm not even gonna lie. Probably my favorite scarecrow I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not a scarecrow person. But he was super cute. I haven't done anything with a face on it for the studio. And I was super nervous to release something with a face on it, to be honest. I was like, the girls really like their flowers, but they really liked the rainbow. So they really, in February, we did a rainbow design. And they really liked that one. So I was like, so they really like whimsical, although our niche over there is farmhouse. We do like to keep it with farmhouse flowers over there. And when I say over there, I mean in the studio. But we're not stuck to it. I mean, we venture away from it every so often. And this month, I promised them fall. And I went with a scarecrow. Because I was like, you know what? We have pumpkins galore. We have fall leaves galore. You go to any designer, you can get a pumpkin, you can get a leaf, no big deal. Everybody's got that, right? I've got that, I wanted to design something so different. I wanted to I just want to do something different. I haven't done a scarecrow before. There are other scarecrows, but I hadn't done one. So I was like, you know what? Perfect. This one does not have enough white in it, and it's driving me crazy. This is what I was talking about. You can mess with it until you're happy with it. I just want a little heavier in the white. As long as the paint stays wet. If your paint is starting to pull and getting like this little Morse code looking mess going on, you may want to let it dry and start all over. There we go. So someone was asking, what is messy painting? This right here. This is messy painting. It's where you're just streaking the paint in while it's still super wet. It's a wet on wet technique. And it can get messier than this. And this is actually pretty tame. This is actually pretty tame. My paint's starting to get super tacky. So that means I need to start wrapping it up. There we go. That is much better. It was driving me crazy that it was blended too perfectly. And that the whole point of messy painting is that it's not perfectly blended. You see some white, you see some red, you see where they kind of transition into some pinks and out of some pinks. And it's just a fun, loose, whimsical, free way to paint. Will I do a tutorial with blending? Absolutely. I can do a tutorial with blending. I typically float because that's the easiest way for people to practice shading, but I do blending all the time. So we can have some blending in there. Guessing for bonus for this month. So okay, so you're guessing. I'm not a fan of scarecrows, but I absolutely love the new design, especially with the crow. The crow was my favorite part. He's a little pudgy. He's just a little chunky crow. He's chunky. He is he is homegrown. I'm telling you. I wanted to put a little hat on him too, but I didn't. Oh, plaid? Plaid's easy. That one you're going to kick yourself on, Marie. As advanced of a painter as you are, you're going to kick yourself. Okay, we got one more. Let's put our painter stamper here to create our little riser again. So that they can dry. You're going to be like, that was way too easy. That was way too easy. But we'll wait. We will wait. Lorelai is wanting the crow, going to have to figure out a garland for her. She wants all the crow. The crows are really cute. I wanted to do, originally I had a sunflower on him, and I was like, Marie, you kind of came to mind, asked and answered. I was like, done and done. That's been done. And I've done a lot. Juanella, you'll appreciate this. I've done a lot of sunflowers over the last couple months. I was kind of sunflowered out. So I was like, I originally had a sunflower on him. And I took the sunflower off. And I did some fun little just watercolor flowers. He's real fun. He's fun. I'm not going to lie. He's fun. And he is going to be a fun paint. Like, he's going to be a fun little project. Okay. So this one I did not do the wet layer, and I'm regretting it now. But we'll make it work. So again, we're just mowing the lawn. We're just going, I'm about overlapping it, each brush stroke about by half. So whenever I lay a brush stroke down, when I go for the second one, I'm overlapping half of that last one. And then I'm just kind of cleaning up the centers. And then I'll just kind of come back and just clean up light pressure. Clean up some of these brush strokes in the shape of the apple. So as far as blending goes, blending is a wet on wet technique too. So it's one, you've got to work a little faster, especially with acrylics. Got to work a little faster unless you use a dry time extender like blending gel. When I used to paint customs, this was my client's favorite. This was the style that they came to me for. They wanted it to look kind of just, I don't know, it just looks juicy. I don't know how any other way to put it. It just looks a little juicy. They wanted all the different colors in it. Oh gosh, what is? But they didn't want it to be like so pristine. So, all right, so now we're gonna move on to the green. I'm gonna pull an angle brush this time, just because leaves are really easy with an angle brush. So we're gonna use our leaf green and our white. Terry, when we get together, there will be a day when you and I are in the same room. We are going to sit down with some blending gel together, and you are going to be made a believer. She says, me and blending gel, we just don't get along. All right, so I'm just going to base coat. Okay, this green has really good coverage. It's leaf green. So let's go. We have used very, very few shades of paint today. We've mixed a lot with white, which is what I lovingly call ghosting out. We ghosted out a lot of colors. We've used leaf green, Santa red, lemon yellow. You could also sub that for sunny day, although sunny day is lighter, so you probably won't get as much color change when you ghost it out because it already is mixed with a good bit of white. Warm sunset and ocean blue. All mixed with warm white to get all the different shades that we got here today. I wanted everything to be in the same color family. So I didn't want to use multiple shades from multiple bottles of paint. I wanted everything to be ghosted out. All right, while those are drying, let's go ahead and paint this one. And of course, we'll pull in some black. And some gray, some really dark gray. Y'all know me. I'm not big on painting straight black, but chalkboard paint comes in black, so we may be doing that today just to make everything look cohesive. So there's that. Not cleaning my brush because we're going straight in with green and a little bit of white. Okay. We're going to start at the base. Well, maybe it was too wet because it's not showing up at all. All right. Well, let's just go in with a second coat then, since it's not wanting to. We'll come back in just a second. I may have had too much green on my brush. I really did not knock off any of it. All right, let's just blow dry for good measure because I think it was just too wet. Oh, a little hay bale would have been cute as a mini. It would have been cute. That's a hard one to, like, without a lot of definition. We could do it. Now, you would definitely have to get that one laser cut, though. You have to think, all those little zigzaggy edges, that would have been hard on a jigsaw. And when I design, I do try to keep jigsaw and laser. I try to keep the majority of the cutting tools, possibility of cutting tools. I want them to be so versatile that someone with a jigsaw isn't intimidated by a design. Every once in a while, there's one that I can't help that it has a tough cut in. All right, so I'm going to go from the tip of the. What, baby?
I need this is them. I want my girl a cheese, a Sam, a quit.
I know. And when did I say that you would be receiving that?
You.
When?
A shirt.
Raylan?
After that painting.
After I'm done painting. So that right there is messy painting. That's the look that you get with messy painting. So you see white, you see green, but you get it all in one brush stroke.
Are you almost done?
I'm getting very close to being done, yeah. But every time I have to stop to explain to you about when you're getting your grilled cheese sandwich. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I start where the highlight is going to be the brightest. And I just paint in the shape of the project from there on. What I try to avoid, though, is like stark lines of each color. Like, I don't necessarily want straight up white. I want white to be kind of peekabooed in there, but nothing super like a straight up streak of white. You know what I mean? So let's say I get that. That's a pretty good streak. Although that's a pretty good stem. I'll just kind of buff it out just a little bit, but everything's wet. I'm working wet on wet. Okay, so we're going to get green on our brush, completely dip our paintbrush in green, come in with a little bit of white on the tip of our brush. We start working it in. And the fewer brush strokes that you use, the easier it is to get the look that you're going for. If you have trouble getting it to blend, you may want to put down a wet coat of your base coat. So that green was dry. If I was having a hard time with it blending in, although we are not trying to get a perfect blend, we want that white to be showcased, right? If you wanted it to get a little more spread out, then it would work better for you if you were working on an already wet layer of paint. So go ahead and give yourself some wiggle room by putting down a layer of green before you go in with that messy paint loaded brush. This is a smaller piece, so I'm not necessarily adding a lot of my white. I'm just adding a little bit. Although this is more brush strokes than I would normally do. And at a point, you're like, I've messed with it so much, I need to stop, let it dry, and I'll come back and start that part over. I'm about at that point because this one I've kind of tinkered with a good bit. All of a sudden, I have a Top Gun song stuck in my head. You lost that love. I don't know where it came from. It's just all of a sudden it's there. Oh, man. Isn't that cute? I use a rotary tool. Wanella, okay. So my friend Gwen used a rotary tool for the first time the other day. She has a laser. She used a rotary tool the other day, and she said it was not for the faint of heart. is it hard to use? I've never used a rotary tool. I have always thought about it just so I can know what it's like. I always like to know what everybody's going through so that when I do design, I can go ahead and start troubleshooting as best as I can in my mind. Y'all, look at how many brush strokes I've used for this one. Y'all saw how easy the first two came. There we go. There we go. We're about to just leave it there. Yeah, we're going to leave that one just as this. This is as good as that one's going to get. I'm getting frustrated with that one. But she said it was not for the faint of heart. Now, let's start off with, she started with the laser. She did not start. I don't think, I'm going to speak out of turn, and I'm almost certain she did not start with a jigsaw. So I started with a jigsaw. I started with a scroll saw. So I feel like a rotary wouldn't be too much of a difference. But she said that was not for the faint of heart, although she is used to. So I went ahead and put a wet base coat because I struggled with that last one. So I want to try my hardest to get 2 or 3 brush strokes in this. And be good. Okay, that's good. We'll go with that. All right, now we got to move on to our brown. Oh, there's one more color. We need brown. And let's do, what color is it in the mock-up? Milk chocolate. We'll do milk chocolate. The rotary is a beast. Okay, but it sounds like Miss Pam, you would make an amazing school art teacher. Aww. I pour my brown paint. Thank you, Miss Pam. Thank you, Miss Pam. I wanted to be a school teacher, not necessarily an art teacher. That never crossed my mind because I never, fun fact, never took a traditional art class. Not once in my life. All right, I'm pulling in a very small angle brush. When I say small, I'm talking, let's see, 1/4 inch. Probably too small, but we'll go with it. 1/4 inch angle brush. We're just going to base coat these stems. I'm putting way too much paint on my brush. Okay, I'm just freehanding that stem in there. And then after this, all we have are some black and chalkboard paint. I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher. I did. I've mentioned that a few times, but I am very thankful that I get the opportunity to teach here because I feel like the vision in my head of a kindergarten teacher, I'm fulfilling here. I don't know how to explain that any more than that. Like, there are no more words that I have to be able to help carry that point across, because I know that was very vague. But the image I had of me as a kindergarten teacher, I feel like I am getting to live it out here by teaching how to paint, especially these designs. There's a coat there. We'll come back to that. Okay, so now that that's base coat, I'm not doing anything else with that. We'll come back to that one whenever I need it. Like I said, Hayden's going to need that design with the word grade on it. Raylyn does not. She does not need the word grade. Okay. See, I'm going to do a second layer of milk chocolate. And pick up a little bit of white. I'm just going to streak it in. And then I'm going to create my little cap at the top. And this creates just a little bit of dimension in your stem. See there? Just a little bit of dimension. Okay. Loading up with milk chocolate. Okay. Got a nice little wet base coat going on. That was for more coverage, but it's also going to help us messy paint some of this white in there. I'm going to put just a little bit on my brush, and we're just going to fan it out. Okay. Once we get the north and south of the stem going, we're going to take a little bit of that white and create the very top circle. All we're doing is we're creating brush strokes in different directions to show you see, to help create the shape itself without having to use the paint pens. I don't think we're going to be able to avoid the paint pens today just because of the color scheme and the theme of the design. I think that the paint pens or line work will be appropriate. But we are going to do a little bit of shading. Not a lot, just a little bit. Not on the apples though. The apples, we did the lazy painting and that was enough for them. Okay. There we go. Okay. Those apples are done. Other than a little bit of paint pen, we'll do that at the very last. Okay, so these apples are done. Let's set them off to the side to dry. All right, let's bring this back. We're going to add a little bit of shading and then some black or maybe some dark gray. I haven't decided yet. So with this, let me pull in, it's a dirty one, but it'll work. This is just my blending tray. I usually use a smaller one. Let's see, we're going to use floating medium. I am going to get a new one just because I'm afraid once I put floating medium that it's going to reactivate all that old paint and it'll dingy up my brush. So let's get a clean one. So we're going to put just about a dime size amount of floating medium off in a corner. We're going to get an angle brush. I'm thinking I'm going to use, let's see, different brushes. What brush do I want to use? This one? This one might be good. Yeah, this will be good. Or even this one. So we have a 1/2 inch. No, this is a 3/4 and a 1/2 inch. And honestly, let me see. How far will this go in? So what I'm doing is I'm gauging. I'm putting a dry brush. So you see that? That's as far as my brush goes. So when I blend, I know about half of this is going to get shaded. And I'm trying to decide, is that going to be enough? I can also take my 3/4. And I think my 3/4 is actually going to give me a better shade. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use, so this way, I don't normally use my 3/4. Okay, so we're going to load our brush up. I should have wet it, but that's okay. I can wet it with the floating medium. I'm just putting floating medium on my brush, and I'm going to go over here and make sure there's nothing hiding in my brush. Yeah, there's nothing in here. If you're washing your brush in dirty paint water, like if it has any amount of paint in it, you want to test it out over here before you start shading with it, okay? So we have, let's see. We'll just make our little puddles down here. We don't need much paint. That's as much paint as we're going to need to actually shade. Okay. So since this is ghosted out, both of these shades right here are completely ghosted out from the original straight from the bottle color. That's going to work for us. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pick up a little bit more floating medium, pick up some of my paint there. If you notice, I didn't go to my petal. I went back to where I had already grabbed some paint. Okay, there's one side. Pick up some floating medium. When I pick it up, I'm not putting my whole brush in the floating medium. I'm just putting the floating medium side. I'm taking it at an angle and just dipping the heel of my brush in that I'm a directional painter, so I'm going to have to flip this around. And normally you would do shorter brush strokes, but we're on a bigger piece, so I can do longer one, and everything's perfectly straight. So if there's any twists or turns, you would do shorter, choppier brush strokes and then make them meet in the middle.
They're flying. I can't stop flying, Mama.
You can't stop flying?
Yeah.
Where are you flying to?
I don't know.
Okay, so if you notice, I'm going over my green, and it's not altering it. Now, you don't want to go over too many times because this floating medium will reactivate your paint. So you want to do as few strokes as possible, but get the job done. There we go. So now that crayon has some dimension to it. We're also going to go around. We're going to go around, let me see. I'm going to go around each oval. You want to let, this is already dry, so I can go over this. By the time I get to this side of the oval, this side will dry. Floating medium dries fairly fast. It's workable though. And we're just putting a little shadow behind, just a little bit. Just a little haze. So do you see the difference between this side and this side of the oval? So let's flip it around. Okay, let's do this side. So all we're doing is we're just adding a little bit of dimension to this oval so that it looks like it's popping off or separated. When we put the darker color here in the oval, it's going to be like a really, 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 really almost 2 shades lighter than black. Okay, so it's okay if you get it inside where the black's supposed to be. That's no big deal. Remember, black will be able to cover it. All right, now let's do this little side of the oval.
Mommy, are you really almost done?
Yes, baby, I'm almost done.
And you can give me my grilled cheese sandwich.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow, I'm going to eat hot sauce and chips tomorrow.
You're going to do hot sauce and chips tomorrow?
Actually, I'm going to eat hot sauce and chips.
You can have hot sauce and chips with your grilled cheese sandwich. That'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, that'll be good.
You normally get chips with your sandwich, so, I mean, I don't see how that's out of the realm of possibility. All right, so there's that. Now let's go on to let's do the yellow.
You look. You see it?
I do see. I see your hand.
It's a polka dot. Mommy, look. Mommy, look.
I see that.
The polka dot snapshot. That's cool.
Okay, let's do the yellow.
Yellows or needs to be sparkly.
Actually, I'm gonna add
lemon yellow.
This is that is lemon yellow, but I'm gonna add.
It looks like
a little bit of marigold.
What's marigold?
Marigold is a darker yellow. It's the same color as King's Gold.
The King's Gold is brighter.
I'm going to add a little bit of marigold to that, just so it's just a shade, because yellow's kind of hard.
Or are you going to mix it up? Or are you going to mix it up?
Am I going to mix it up?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. You need more of that?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like water. It looks like water.
It does look like water, doesn't it?
Yeah, but why always be wet? Like always like water.
Because that's the color that it is, baby.
Okay. Wait. And inside of it was brown.
Okay, here we go.
I think it'll be nice. Oh,
It needs just a little bit more marigold.
You bit more marigold?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
So it can show up. It's not showing up. There we go.
Mommy, the light brighter is showing. Did the people see it? See?
I don't know if they can see that one. Yellow's really hard. It's not the most camera friendly color.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, here
Yellow
we go.
is really the friendly color.
So I'm using light pressure. And I'm just lightly laying that darker yellow.
I think it's dry now.
Baby, can we please leave things alone?
I think it's
Baby, do you want your grilled cheese sandwich?
Yeah.
Okay, well then you guys let Mommy finish painting.
I want to put your face in there and me and his face in it. I'll put his face in it and Mommy and me. I'm gonna be in the middle.
You're gonna be in the middle?
Yeah.
The frame. Oh, she's talking about the frame. When we take pictures with the frame.
How about you be in the middle?
How about I be in the middle?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah. You don't be in the middle.
So I'm not worried about, I went straight over that blue. Was not worried about it because it's crystal clear. And as long as my brush is clean, then it's not going to bother any other color than where I want the shade to be. Do y'all see that yellow just kind of bringing it to life? Okay, so I have to say she could try all kinds of different things on her grilled cheese. Add ham, add chicken, add bologna, add peppers. If she likes salsa, she might like that. Even by trying a little salsa in the sand. She does like, okay. So when she was little, she was my little carnivore. You could not get her to eat anything if it wasn't meat. She would eat a plate full. If we were having, say, red beans and rice. Now, she loves beans, though. If we were having red beans and rice, she could eat a whole plate of the sausage that comes in the red beans and rice. And, I mean, pepperonis. She loved pepperonis. Now, all of a sudden, it's like she has an aversion to meat. She'll still eat it, but she's not gravitating towards it like she used to when she was a newborn, not a newborn, but when she was smaller and, you know, you gave her a plate of food to see what she gravitated towards. Okay, so I'm just floating this on. I'm pretty much just picking up marigold at this point. It does have a little bit of that lemon yellow mixed in. It's toned down just a little bit with the lemon yellow, but it's pretty much straight marigold at this point because the marigold is what's really popping. So my son, my grandmother has always made me fried bologna sandwiches, which is a grilled cheese with a piece of fried bologna in it. You take bologna and you pan sear it, and then you make your grilled cheese, and right before you completely smash your grilled cheese together, you put your bologna in between your cheese and your. I think she may even use 2 pieces of cheese. I can't remember. No, and Mama probably not. But you put a little bit of mustard on it too. I might have to. I keep my bread frozen, like my actual bread. Like my gluten-free bread. But the kids eat regular bread, but my bread I keep frozen because I only eat like a slice of it at a time. All right, still have that last little bit. So we're gonna pick up a little bit of that. Okay, let's go around town. like I should go here too. The other one didn't have that because the apple covered it. Let's go. Let's do that. There we go. It's a little bit. Okay, there's our yellow. So do you see just a little bit of dimension that adding a little bit of shading adds? Remote, you're just going to have to stop, baby. You're not going outside. Bye, Terry. Have a good snooze. Okay. So we have straight from the bottle leaf green. No, sir. You're going to just calm it down. I don't know what's out. There's a bunny. He's being a jerk. Let's get our I'm officially out of floating medium, so let's grab some more. We've got a damp brush. I have toweled it off. Like I just dried it on the towel. I've got a clean brush, so we're good to go. There's no dirty paint water still in it. And we're just going to go straight down. I don't know if that's going to be enough. No, Remo, you can calm it down. There we go. And we're just going to pick up some more paint and just go across where the wrapper meets the crayon. Oh, I know y'all can't see that. So I went this way. Now let's see if I can go backwards. That way I don't have to flip it. Okay. Oh, this feels so weird. It feels so weird. Okay. There we go. We floated in some there. Now, if we want to build that up and make it darker, we could just do a second coat. We're going to blow dry that because I don't want to necessarily, I did it kind of fast on that one. Oh, you're welcome, Tammy. Thank you for hanging out with us. I really wasn't intending on shading, but I can't, like, I can't not. I can't not. Like, it's just how I'm built. Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit here. Although I need a little bit more floating medium to kind of feather that out. There's another UPS truck. So I'm just going along the edge of this oval. Sounding the alarm. Go. That's gonna be good. Just feel like there needs to be there we go. Oh, I got some in the apples. That's okay. We can clean that up. A little bit of baby white. Clean that up. Here we go. So we go. Okay. We got the orange. Now we just need to do the blue. So far, we've only done the wrappers. We do the same thing for the tips of the crayons. All right, we got our 3/4 inch. Let's grab our ocean blue. No, baby, you're fine. You're honestly, you are. You're good. You're good. You're okay. Calm it down and grab our floating medium. This is a bigger brush. I'm using more than I normally use. Got a clean brush. Pick up some of our blue. Let's see if this blue is going to be the right fit. It is. I feel like blue, whenever I do use floating medium on blues, it does this little line way more when it's wet than any other color. It always dries down clear. As long as my brush is clean, it always dries down clear. But I feel like it gives me more anxiety anytime I've used it on blue than any other color. Same thing on this side. Yeah, I just couldn't do it backwards. I tried. Just make them meet. Come back. Kind of clean up our brush strokes. There we go. Look how, I mean, just that alone, you do not have to do the oval side. But I want to do the ovals. I feel like it's going to be the touch that really does set it apart. Okay. And just lightly throwing it on there. Pick up a little bit more floating medium, a little bit more blue. Go. A little bit more floating medium, a little bit more blue. Let's do the curved part. Make them meet. So does anybody use back to school designs? Like, as far as like, do you decorate for back to school? Like, are you a teacher and you decorate your classroom? Do you take pictures? A lot of the moms in my area use things like this to take pictures every year for their kids. I know some people use them to decorate their yard. I have one lady, and I mean, I don't know if she was a former, like, in the school system, but she has the coolest back to school flag, and it's massive. Back to school flag that she puts up every year on her tree. It is the coolest. She just switched. It's a new one this year, or it was a new one last year, and I can't remember exactly what it looked like. The last one, obviously, you know, over the years, probably had to replace it. But the last one was so cool, and I always looked forward to the back to school one. She has one for every season for that tree. But instead of decorating her door, she decorates her tree that's right in her front yard. Your dog has mine going crazy over here. I'm so sorry, Carletta. He does. He means well. He really does. He's trying to save all of us. He feels like we're all going to die if the UPS man gets too close. I mean, he's staring at me like, you talking about me? He's all embarrassed now. That's the same for, yeah. Okay, so we have all of the wrappers shaded and all the things. Now we can start laying down some black. The only shading that we haven't done is around the actual crayon part that were straight from the bottle, and I need to really think about what colors I'm going to shade those. So I'll probably do those off camera. But let's go ahead and get our black. And I think I will do black. I normally don't like doing straight black, but I think we are going to do black. It's going to be lamp black. There's just like dry paint that's, I'm so afraid to squeeze this too hard and black paint go everywhere. There we go. Okay, that tells me that this one's done. Let's grab an angle brush because we have a lot of curves. This is a 1/2 inch angle brush. Okay, straight black. I'm going to go ahead and outline. I'm going to go up on the chisel. You're about to see all that work that we did on those ovals, what it all was about. I swear. I mean, who all ordered? Am I getting a delivery today? I didn't order anything. I swear they're having Ramo. I'll turn my camera off. Hold on. He's done now. I'm sorry. I didn't want to set anybody else's dog on a rampage there. That was the garbage man. With yesterday being a holiday, they're all running behind. Usually they have already come and gone by like 8 o'clock this morning. But they are behind because now they're doing 2 days worth of service instead of all in one. They're doing 2 days in one. Okie dokie. There we go. There's the other one. I think we have just a little peekaboo. Yeah, we do right here. Just this little bit of the black down here. There we go. And that's it there. Let's move on to the next crayon. Oh man, this is looking so good. I can't wait till I shade. I'm going to do those off camera because I have to test drive what I do when I'm not quite sure what the shading is. I have a chart, but I don't trust the chart. There is a chart. DecoArt has a chart. I don't trust it. So there's some that I feel like for my taste shade a little better than others versus the chart. Plus, sometimes I don't have what they recommend because they're either older shades and then if you can't get it at Hobby Lobby, then I probably don't have it. And that's where I primarily, the cutest pictures I've ever seen are the kiddos. Starts kindergarten and has a huge shirt that says class of. Yes, those are the cute. So in Hayden's preschool, when he graduated preschool, apparently one of the moms had an embroidery service that they ran. and they embroidered. This was the coolest thing. I mean, obviously, this is not sustainable as a class gift for everyone. There were about 30 kids in this school, right? Not a very big school, but still 30 kids, a shirt for 30 kids. If you didn't own this thing, or if you didn't have your own embroidery machine, she embroidered, "Look out, kindergarten, here I come." Baby, you are fine.
I want to eat the kiddo.
You're acting like you have not already eaten.
No,
We had a very late breakfast.
but I'm really, 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 really hungry.
Baby, you are always really, 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 really hungry. Baby, I'm not going to let you go without food, okay? But you can wait till Mama's done, okay?
Can I watch you for a while?
You can watch me for a while.
You mean a little while?
For a little while. So all I'm doing is I'm doing the little wavy. There's one line, little strips with little wavy lines. Okay, baby, but you cannot poke me, okay? You can't keep bumping me while I'm working. There we go. And so that's what I'm filling in. But no, ma'am, stop. Are you allowed to touch anything over here? No. The answer is no. Get on that side. You know better. Baby, you're bumping me. I love you, baby. You're not in trouble, but you have got to follow the rules. Go over there. Oh, that's what's wrong. You're not hungry. You're tired. Ramo.
No. I just like my eye. Just like my eye. Because I like one. Because I love rubbing my eye.
You love rubbing your eye. It bumped me and I went outside the lines, and so now I've got to fix it. Ramo, can we not do that? Okay. That's better. Now we do have some down here, so let's go ahead and do this. Because they went down, I'm in the cul-de-sac, so they got to come back. But luckily they do both sides. When they stop at my house, they do both sides, both houses on both sides of the street. So all they have to do is drive back. So if he hears them again, it's only going to be for a split second. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to paint that whole entire thing. But that's okay. That's okay. I can come back with straight from that. All right, so let me start there so I don't get overzealous. Okay. I'm loving how the black is making it pop. I don't normally like to do straight black. Lamp black has its place in the creative world, and I don't feel like it is. I feel like it's always as an accent. It's not necessarily always an actual element in the painting. But there are exceptions, like with crayons, or in a maybe even in a Halloween scheme where everything's already so dark. Black's the next shade over. Okay. Fussy painting this in because it is black. So we need to be very careful. Go around this leaf. Okay, there's that one. Oh, we need to do that one. We do its oval. Which one did we do? We did the green one first. It's almost completely dry. time for a growth spurt for her. Yes. And she has gotten out of taking naps. Like she doesn't take a routine nap anymore. But there have been times where I have gone in there while it's been her TV time. Like right now is her TV time. She's wasting it by not being in there watching her TV. Anytime I'm painting is her TV time. And then I have gone in there and she's wide awake. And then there are times I go in there and she has conked out. She is done. And I mean like so out. She's snoring. I mean, she is like deep sleep. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's gonna bug me. I need to fix that. See where I got too much. I'm gonna let that dry. I'll sand it down just a little bit. All that is straight from the bottle. So before I go to shade that, I'm gonna make sure that I fix it. So, no, this right here is not chalkboard paint. What's going to be chalkboard paint is the oval over here in the apple. That's going to be chalkboard paint. Chalkboard paint is behind me. You can also buy chalkboard paint at Dollar Tree. They sell it in, they usually do. They sell it in little 2-ounce bottles, just like our DecoArt paint. DecoArt has chalkboard paint too, but it's in a huge bottle. So if you don't need that much, you can go to Dollar Tree. I use that one all the time. Oop, I just dropped my towel. Okay, so when it comes to using black paint on your brush, did you know that black paint, red paint, and blue paint tend to creep in your brush and stay in there? And we don't know why. They just like to stow away. They just like to hide out. But if you use a little bit of high content, like 90%, 91%, whatever you can find in the pharmacy section, rubbing alcohol. Just swish, 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 swish. Let your brush swish in it for a minute, and then wash with warm water and soap like you would regularly. But that swish in the alcohol will kind of pull all that paint out. That's also how I wash and restore old brushes that look like they are too far gone and you're about to throw them away. Before you do, give them a good little bath and some rubbing alcohol. High content rubbing it. A lot of people will say hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer is just alcohol, right? It is diluted down. It's diluted down rubbing alcohol. So if you use the higher content stuff, it'll work even better. All right, so I'm about, this will probably, I wonder if I can, let me see if I can take that away. There we go. I need to get really close to me. Well, I want you to be able to see it too, even though this is a simple little, just base coating it in black. Nothing fancy. No special technique here. The thing that's getting the best results out of it is using a smaller angle brush. This is a 1/2 inch. There we go. It's gonna look so good. So good. Making grilled cheese sandwiches. I can make you a hot ham and cheese if you want when I'm done, baby. Yes. Okay. Well, then I'll let you know when I'm done. I still need to go to the grocery store. Didn't go at all last week. I didn't need to, but now I do. After a week of not going, I officially need to go. All right, so there's all the black. There's all the black. There we go. I'm going to put that off to the side while I try and fish out my chalkboard paint. Come here. There it is. Oh, it's got a magnet on it from something. No, I'm not already done. All right, this one I have not used before. I usually use the acrylic kind, and I don't think I have any in my. If I have it, I will use it because I know it dries faster. So while I'm shaking this up, because it does need a good shaky shake. Does need a good shaky shake. This is just the Rust-Oleum brand. So if you need to use a lot, buy it in the big bulk. Because it does, the reviews on it were pretty good. Got to figure out how to get notified when you go live. Oh, Dawn. I'm trying to fix that. I'm looking into some things. I'm looking into some apps. I would hate for someone to download an app just to get notifications for me, because Facebook does not give notifications. They say they do. Let's be real. They don't. Okay, that should be good. Take a pair of crappy scissors and pry it open because I don't have my screwdriver or can opener over here. Here we go. I'm looking into some text messaging. I'm looking into some apps. Is this the green or is this the I think this is the green. No, this is the clear. Oh, this is going to be so cool. Wait, okay. Let's paint it black. This is the clear. I forgot it was clear. So when you buy it in the 2-ounce bottle, it's black. Okay. They do have clear, and I do have clear acrylic chalkboard paint, but what am I using? What am I going for? This. I was looking for this. I saw trays everywhere, but I couldn't find my tray. Okay, so you can buy it in the acrylic, even clear chalkboard sealer, where it makes any acrylic paint chalkboard. That's what this does. It makes any paint chalkboard paint. This is create a fun and functional chalkboard, clear, writable, erasable finish. So it is a sealer that makes any paint chalkboard paint. I forgot I bought that. I have actual chalkboard paint down there too, but this is fun. We'll do this. So I am just going to paint this with regular black paint. Okay. I got a bigger brush to fill that in. So we're going to paint this black. We're going to dry it and make sure it's a full coverage coat. And then when this is completely dry, I can put that sealer on top and it'll make it a chalkboard. So what you want to do is actually do your chalkboard after you've sealed the entire thing. You do not want to do sealer. You do not want to do chalkboard anything. That needs to be the absolute last step, even after sealing. Because think about it. You put your chalkboard paint on and then you go outside to seal it, or you brush on your sealer. Guess what? It's not chalkboard anymore. It's sealed. So you need to completely seal it and then put your chalkboard on. All right. Let's see. And we're not going to seal it because I'm going to take this outside and seal it. So that, we're going to let that dry. I have a standalone apple that has the same thing. All of her little pieces just went flying. That's okay. That is okay. So we're going to just paint this on real quick. I need more black paint. I'm out of black. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Did I put it up? No, I didn't put it up. Where'd it go? Oh, I threw it away. I threw it away. Pull my paint cart closer to me so I can actually see what's going on over there. Don't forget to season it. So seasoning it, if you didn't catch the very beginning of my life, I was explaining to you the process of using chalkboard paint, okay? You need to, first step is to paint whatever you're painting and then fully seal it and let your sealer cure, okay? If you're using a spray sealer, it takes about 10 minutes to dry, but that does not mean it is cured, okay? Anytime I use chalk paint, I typically wait a good 24 hours. And I probably will not actually apply the chalkboard paint now because I do want to seal this. But I will show you what I'm using. And I'll show you how I would apply it. Okay, so I am just applying a coat of this is just regular black paint. Oh, I got outside lines and I'm having to fix my wonky oval. Okay, I think I fixed it. There we go. That's good. There we go. There's our black. So what we would do, okay, say this is a chalkboard, right? So we would completely let it dry. We'd go out, we'd seal it, whether with our spray sealer or Trilon triple thick that we get from Walmart, right? Or our brush on Liquitex or our brush on whatever brush on you like to use. And then let that completely dry. Then when everything is completely dried and cured, okay, that is a huge, huge, huge step. You want it to be cured. You'll come in with any chalkboard paint that you want, whether it's another layer of black chalkboard paint from the acrylic section of the craft store, or this right here, and I just opened it, so I can't really turn it sideways. I'll try without making a mess. This is clear, and I'll make this bigger. Hold on. So this is clear, Rust-Oleum clear chalkboard. So you can paint it whatever color you want and then put a clear layer of chalkboard. Now, once you put your chalkboard paint down, you want to take a piece of chalk. And once that has completely dried, you take a piece of chalk, turn it sideways. Don't turn it on the point and write on it like you would a pencil. Turn it sideways and rub the chalkboard paint. And then take a paper towel and buff that into the chalkboard and then clean your chalkboard paint. You've what they call ghosted. You ghost the chalkboard. It's priming for the chalkboard. That way you don't get all these old lines from old messages that you've written on it because it was too clean when you started writing, right? I bought some of the pink soap this weekend. Do you like it, Sheila? I love the smell. Don't judge me. I love the smell. I can't place what it smells like, but I love the smell. All right, just for good measure, I went ahead and, even though we're not chalkboarding that right now, I just went ahead and dried that. Alrighty, so we pretty much have everything done except for the words, and I can do the words whenever I go to finish. Remember, I gotta fix my little and I think I did it there too. I gotta fix my little That right there should be just a little bit of yellow. I'm gonna go back and I'm going to shade these, but I want to. This may be marigold. This may be burnt orange. I'm guessing. I really need to test them out. This may be probably Hauser Dark, and this may be True Blue. I don't know. I need to test them out, and I don't want y'all to have to sit here while I test. But that is pretty much how we paint this. It's so like I do not paint this late in the day. This back to school design that we released this week for Template to Wednesday. If you are in Erika's Template Tribe, you already have this. I did update the JPEG today though. So if you have already downloaded your Erika's Template Tribe package, you probably want to go back and re-download just this JPEG. I updated it because right here, there was a little gap in it. So if you're going to convert it to any other digital form, it's going to have like this really funky, and I don't want you to have to mess with it. So I fixed that. So if that's important to you, go re-download that. Alrighty. Well, I enjoyed painting with you today. I need to go make some grilled cheese sandwiches and make some chips and salsa for a little princess and a little prince of my own. And then I will see y'all Thursday for a really exciting, just fun project. It's not a typical design that's in my shop or anything. We're just going to make another little fun project. We voted on it last week and we're going to do it this week. So there's your hint. I will see y'all Thursday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Until then, bye.